Welcome back to Love Podcast. It's me, Kiviana.
I'm Michelle.
It's Patrice.
And Danny is here with us in spirit. All right, guys. So we're going to start off today with some scenarios. And like Michelle said, it's not too late to send your scenarios in. So send them. Do you want to start with the ones you have first, Michelle? Or
Sure.
did you want me to start?
Oh, you can start.
All right. So yesterday while I was hanging with my girls, they pitched this scenario. So you're dating this guy and you guys are out on a date and you're talking about your sexual history. And he tells you that when he was 18, he experimented with boys and he had received oral sex from boys and returned it. Does that make him gay? And is that a deal breaker for you? Like, are you like, oh, no, I'm not dating him? And this happened to one of them. What do you think?
I'm like lost for words. I think
mean, it was in his past. He's not saying
I would want to know, like, why did you, like, were you attracted to men? Are you still attracted to men? Like, are you bisexual? Like, why did you feel like you needed to explore that avenue?
But if he was, would you still pursue him? Or is it that it happened in the past? So
I mean, if nothing leading up to that point made me believe that he was into men or, you know, like they was competition too, then I don't know. I want to say I would still keep going, but like just keep that in the back of my mind, like that this nigga might be attracted to that dude over there. You know, I don't That's it. If nothing led up to that, then.
What's your thoughts? I'll save mine for last, guys. I'm going to tell you what I said.
All right. So we had somebody on our live. They said that they think he's bisexual.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But I don't know. Like, I always try not to be judgmental and try and think like, all right, maybe they just wanted to experiment. But just like you, I would be like in the back of my head, I'm going to be questioning every time he look at somebody the wrong way or like, I guess that's a conversation. Like, why did you feel like that was okay? Why did you want to do that? Do you still feel that way? Like, do you
like it?
Yeah. Do you like men? Do you like doing those things with men?
Or receiving?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on over here.
I guess I would ask those questions first.
Yeah. All right, come on. Let me hear.
I said, hell no, he's gay. And I'm not opposed to it. Like, if you're gay and you're my friend, fine, that's cool. But I'm not dating anyone that is. At that very moment, when you had that thought, like, I want to suck this guy penis. I want to open my mouth and put it in my mouth to see if it's okay. I'm going to think about it. Then say, I don't know if I'm quite gay yet or if I liked it. Come do it to me.
I don't feel
No. You thought about this. You didn't just wake up in the morning and some random guy was like, hey, here's my dick, put it in your mouth. It was like, oh, I'm thinking I might be into this because you're gay. Like,
but even if he was bisexual, that would stop you from pursuing somebody that was bisexual. If you're not
100% woman, like you want a woman, then no. It's already competition out here for me to have women to fight over. I'm not fighting over men and women for you, okay? Like, no.
But you never knew until he brought it to your attention.
And that's when it ends. When we had that conversation and you told me.
So if you was with somebody for 2 years, y'all was engaged, about to be married,
and he told me he sucked a dick.
The wedding is off.
The wedding is off. It was nice getting to know you.
All right, so hold up.
You did it once, you'll do it twice.
No, I don't believe that.
I do.
So y'all already know how I'm gonna flip the scenario. Y'all already know.
If it's a woman, that came up too. If
All
it's
right,
a woman
so
and she get her box ate, does that make her gay?
No.
But how
standards,
is it different?
guys.
That's exactly how is it different?
All right, so people in our live, let us know what you think. The males in our lives, on our live, what do you guys think? Do you think that it's not right for a woman to get to receive head or give head from to another woman?
I think if a woman gives another woman head, she's gay.
So it's either you gay or you not in your brain. It's no bisexual. I can't like men and women.
So one of the followers said, but by this point, she's already kissed him.
Right. So what do you
kissed him and the other man?
That's what I'm trying to understand. Like by you breaking up, it's like how are you?
No.
Like how are you?
I'm
That's
saving
your
myself the
opinion.
headache. Because now you're telling me, like, okay, so I'm dating this guy who's bisexual. Now I got to watch out for Tom looking at you, Jessica looking at you, Monica and Tim.
That's your
like,
insecurities kicking in.
So
it's
wait.
not even about insecurity. Like, in reality, is like when you're dating, someone's always going to be looking. I don't want to have to watch for two people looking.
But everybody's not bisexual in the world. Mostly you assume all women like men. So you already assume that that's your competition.
Right.
But just
So
like
now
him,
he's
being
bisexual.
around, but you don't know that man that's looking at him, you don't know if that man is bisexual. We're having some mic issues, but it's going to get worked out. So, I don't know. I would need to know more. Like,
Thanks, Michelle.
what did you get from that? Like,
Tell
is
me
that
more.
something that's still on your brain? Now, if it's something that's still on your brain, then yeah, I would say, like, I think that I'm not the one for you. Like, if you feel like, okay, I did that, I know I don't like it, I will never do it again, then okay, like, I will consider, like, okay, let me not just leave.
I don't know. Like, that's just weird. I don't know. I just can't, like, there's a thought of me knowing that you told me this. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, like, you sucked it. So when we get mad,
everything.
sit your dick sucking ass down.
I knew she was about to say that.
Like, so I'm like, no, like, I'm just gonna keep
So you think that's
thinking
going to
it.
take something away? I mean, if it doesn't, if you feel like
I'm
it's
just
going to
looking at
affect
him.
your relationship,
It will.
then yeah,
You gonna
it's
demolish
not,
that man?
right?
We both
Saying
did the
that?
same
You feel like
thing.
his manhood is
Right, you gonna demolish him? Saying
You
that.
put a penis in your mouth and you think you're still a full man. Tell me. Tell me, Tree.
so wait. So a woman.
Tree,
So a woman.
What are you saying?
I'm not trying to visualize it happening.
Right? She's like, wait a
You
minute.
have to.
So a woman who puts a whole vagina in her mouth, she's still cool. She can still go
Nah.
to this man.
No.
So you saying neither one of
I
it's
don't
right?
know.
No. Unless that's your preference. Now, I'm not saying there's nothing against it. Like, if you choose to like men or if you choose to like women, that's your preference. And that's not what I'm saying. Like, the issue isn't that you like someone of the same sex. I'm just saying, me personally,
You need to be the one and
I'm
only
either,
gender.
you're either dating me as a woman or you're dating him as a man. But you're not dating both of us.
All right, so we got a question. So what if she's already married and finds out that he did it once they've been married? Once they've been married for a couple of years.
Does that change?
That's heartbreaking.
Then you
First, I'm
get a
like,
divorce?
you lying, conniving ass. When we had these conversations, because before,
So wait, you would
people
ask your man,
Yeah,
did he suck dick
before-
before y'all get married?
No.
but I do say, tell me about your sexual background. Like, what have you
course,
done?
yeah.
So that is your opportunity. I opened the door for you to be honest. And if you don't at that point, then you're lying about your sexual past. So we started this relationship off in a lie.
So when he was being honest, either way, he's losing.
Well, guess what? You should have thought about that L you was going to take when
But
you
I
thought.
do agree that it could have came out earlier on in the relationship and gave you an opportunity to choose
Like, I don't
if I want to
know.
do this. But you're saying regardless of if he told me early on or not.
That man is just
He's
gay.
just gone.
She just let him go.
I can't.
it.
I can't. Because I'm going to keep thinking it.
All
I'm
right,
going
one
to
of
keep
our
thinking
followers said, a man is not a man with putting a penis in
Thank
his
you.
mouth. How could you
Thank
date a man
you.
that's gay?
Unless he's dating another man. Like, that's fine. Like, the
And
issue
then another
isn't
follower
that.
said you can't discriminate.
I can't but I'm not. I'm just saying that's how
That's
these
your personal
But those
preference.
these men on down
It
low.
is.
These are the men on the down low.
Yeah.
But he's
You put-
not on the
But
down
you don't
low.
know.
He experimented.
But and he
saw
said
if
it like
he
most
liked
guys
it.
on down low. They on down low. They, like,
Yeah,
they don't say that they're doing
say
this,
that they're
right?
doing it.
But
He
he
felt a
told you.
connection with
So
you.
let me ask this follow-up question. So if a girl gets head from another girl and she likes it, it's great. In the back of her mind, she's going to be thinking about wanting to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
So because she's having a thought and continuously having this thought doesn't make her gay. And I asked this because I also said that this man received and gave. So if he received it and it was good, don't you think he's still thinking about how
But I
good
feel like
that
if he
head was?
chose you, then it's something about you.
It could be a cover-up.
She just thinking
All right,
conspiracy theory.
hold on, y'all. One of our followers said, "What if he is gay in jail only?"
What?
See,
that to me, that's
see,
no.
But what's the difference?
Because that's a lack
But
of
that's his-
self-control if
no.
you gay in jail.
But
Gay in jail
that's his
only.
past. So in the past,
And he out of jail now.
experimented.
So wait, so he adapted to his environment.
and then
That's
he came
lack
home.
of self-control.
So what's the difference from him trying it at 18?
Men can do a lot of things to get themselves off besides mess with a dude
So,
in jail.
but Tree, so what's the difference between him
'Cause
trying it
he
willingly?
was experimenting.
So I'm willingly experimenting with sucking dick. It's okay. But when I'm forced to
So
suck
if,
dick,
if
it's
he
not
didn't
okay.
put the penis in his mouth, would he be gay?
but he got the penis.
Hello. Okay. I'm back.
Just I'm like my hand myself.
If he did not, if you received it from a man, it's still the same.
All right, so one of our followers said, according to one movie, everybody is gay. Everyone once in a while, but not them.
I don't know. I don't think I would just run away from the situation. Like, I would want to know more information and be like, just like we was asking, why did you do that? Do you think it can happen again?
I think for you, Therese,
how did you feel when you did that?
The situation, like, did you willingly do it?
Yeah.
I'll accept it if you willingly did it versus you were forced to do it.
What do you mean forced? That means
because
he was raped.
the person just gave the scenario like in prison, like
no,
but they were saying like in jail because some men legit be in jail gay, and then when they get out, they're not gay anymore.
That is disgusting because it's like if you straight when you went in, what that to me that's lack of self control. Like you knew what you like when you went in, and you let your environment change you. Kind of like.
So how did this guy just willingly want
to they adapted to the environment when they were in jail?
That's just like when you younger and you know your mother always say, don't touch that, that's hot. Don't touch that, that's hot. And you touch it, even though you know it's wrong, but you trying to see, oh, is it really hot? So is that person automatically labeled a hard-headed child for the rest of their life?
Yeah.
From touching a pot one time?
All right, so.
Oh, God.
We going back. You want to read some? Can you see it? Oh, no.
I can't read. I can't see it. You know, my vision, I'm old.
All right, so it says no, because women have needs too. Women experience with women based off the hurt and that a man has put on them. But if nothing, it's nothing to talk about what a man is doing. It's to another man. That's just gay.
Yeah, to another man, of course, they're going to assume.
All right, and now we have another question. So what if your husband introduces a threesome and you're expecting it to be with another woman,
and the man,
but he ends up bringing another man to be involved in the threesome?
That was a good question because that changed the whole thing up. Because now I'm looking at you like you like men, and it's okay if you like men and women, but
I personally
now that I can say like me, I wouldn't get down with that. Like no.
Okay, so listen.
Okay,
most women. That's what I'm saying. But most women think like that, right?
Like, oh, babe, I wanted you to have extra pleasure.
I want you to have fun.
Then that's okay. But it's if
so
you
when does it become gay? Like when they engage in it?
Yeah. If you expect to engage with this man, then I'm looking at you like, bruh, nah. But if you bringing him saying, babe, I just wanted to bring him so you can have extra pleasure and like.
Yeah.
Then okay. I'm like, oh, you thought about me first.
But this is when that double standard comes in.
Man,
because if we bring in another woman and it's like, oh, you can touch me, you can touch him, and it's okay. But let a man touch my man.
Yeah. And then think about it. The man is like looking on the outside, looking in at his woman, getting pleased by another woman. He's not gonna be thinking, oh, my woman's gonna like this, and when we, tomorrow she'll be like, oh, I want to be with that woman. She's not thinking like that.
Women bringing another woman because they want to please their man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So if the man is bringing another man because they're saying like, I want to please you, and they're not going to engage in any sexual activity with the man.
So what man you think gonna sit there and let another man?
I don't know. I know my man.
I'm gonna sit back and watch this dude knock my wife or girlfriend back out.
People, that's how they spice it up. I don't know. Some people enjoy that.
What if the other guy was just brought in to watch?
A watch party?
That'd be weird. Who are you?
He just sitting in the corner watching.
Just sitting there getting himself off. Some people
do.
People go to that.
Some people do that.
Some people do.
Is he paying us? Are we getting paid?
I mean, these are scenarios. So
I'm saying if you're gonna pay me to watch me, then
so it's okay if another man.
I probably would.
Let me weigh those options.
It's okay if you in the back just watching.
$50,000.
Make sure you keep your clothes on. Just watch us.
I mean, I'm not trying to say I'm a hoe or prostitute or not. Disclaimer. But if you're gonna pay me to watch me, I don't think that's nothing.
All right. Well, since we're talking about like sex and like what's gay or not, another thing that came up when I was talking with my girls is they were saying that when you're in a committed relationship or when you're married, it's that time to explore your sexuality and see what you like sexually. So they brought up, like, is it gay then if your man requests you to fondle with their butt? Like they said that's where the G-spot is for men. So at what point does it become like we're sexually exploring these many options, or that's just like, that's not right. You want me to stick something in your butthole?
What do you mean? I always need like a clarifying thing. Like when you say fondle, you want me to stick my fingers in your butthole?
Yep. So what my friend said, quote, they eat ass. Quote.
Hold on.
They lick their
Men
man's
like
butt.
to get their butts licked or like a finger in there. And I'm just like, I'm not licking no
I
butt.
can't do that because I'm like, you shit from there.
But they said
Okay,
it's your man
it's okay
like
for
it.
a man to eat your ass?
No.
Okay.
I don't. You know, I'll go a certain length, but then it's like, even then I'm like, wait, what you doing? Like,
What you know back there?
It's some limits. For me, that's the limit. I have some limits.
Oh my
But
God.
it's that, are you judging your man in the sense that if he said that he likes that? Like, it's some men out here that are straight and they like it because it's a pleasure point for them. So now are we to say like, oh, I'm not going to be with my partner because he's saying he likes this? Or is it a judgment-free zone because you're my husband? I'm supposed to do whatever. Like, at this point, I'm supposed to make myself vulnerable to you and explore any sexual
That's
curiosities
why he
that
said that he
you
put a penis in his
have.
mouth too. Because he's supposed to be vulnerable.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
But go ahead. What's your scenario? Go ahead.
So at that point, do you continue to engage in this activity? Are you like, if you as a man like something in your butt, then
You put your own fingers in it. Because I ain't gonna be.
So wait, y'all having sex and he put his own fingers in his ass. You gonna keep going?
How would I like?
or like, because all right, so let me set the scene. Like, you're having sex, you're going down on you're giving your partner oral sex, and you just like slip your tongue a little further, and he likes it. Do you keep going at this point, or do you stop? Like, wait, you enjoying this? Or like, so
My
like, what
tongue
is
would
it?
never go that far.
This is a scenario, Patrice.
All right, we're gonna take a pause. We got a question. All right, so if your man flips you over in the doggy style position and you think it's about to be a vaginal sex and then he attempts to engage in anal sex, is he gay?
No.
It's not gay if he's doing anal sex on you,
Yeah.
but it's gay if he's receiving it.
Even receiving it from another male.
Or woman, I suppose, because you know men
They like to
I don't think it's gay.
strap-ons. They want the women to
or a
give them.
finger.
Oh.
I
No, that's way.
But is that
kinky.
exploring like, or like guys like anal? Like, I guess it's like a whole array of like kinkiness and freakiness. But like, at what point are we like testing sexual boundaries, or are we just saying like, you may be a little homosexual, like you may be liking both, like?
But does
At what point, like,
what makes that homosexual if they're exploring it with
a woman?
with a woman?
That's my question to you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it's like we're saying, you said like no for like I shouldn't be putting my fingers in his butt.
I think
But
you
what
gonna
about, like,
question it. You
animal
gonna question it.
beads,
Like,
like-
why are you back there? What reason do you have to be in my asshole?
for a man.
For a man, yes.
if-
Even if he wants to be in the woman's asshole, like why? What do you want to be back there for?
Well, they say
You're gonna
it's
question it.
a little,
Go.
a little tighter than a vagina.
Right, but I was saying for a
So,
man
it's
to
a
want to
better
receive
grip.
it. Like, because they said that's what the spot is for the man.
I mean,
so
I
if
don't
you're with your
know.
man and he like
No,
anal beads
I was
and
talking about
things
the
like
question.
that.
Like the question was, if the man does it to his woman, is that gay?
No.
That's
Yeah, I
not
don't think
gay.
that's gay. And y'all wouldn't even question like, is that gay? Why is he doing
No.
back there?
No.
I would ask questions like, why do you want to be in my a-hole? Like, why? What's the
Because you
purpose?
think that the only when they're men to men, they doing butt to butt. So for you want to stick it in my butt, you must be wanting to stick
like,
it in
what
the
pleasure
butt.
do you
Right.
have to be in my asshole?
Trisha
But
said it's supposed to be
it's
tighter.
supposed to be tighter. Like, you know, it's a better grip.
Nah.
But what's the point of us putting it in our mouth then?
So, we had-
It's about a grip.
why is he interested in anal sex? If you have a vagina, that's much more comfortable.
But comfortable for who?
There are pleasure points there for both
In the butt.
in the butt.
In the butt.
I don't know. Mm-mm.
I mean, it's for some people.
And yeah,
That's also
exactly.
like I said,
respect-
every
I
podcast
respect
it's for
them.
some people and not for others.
But are women out here sucking men toes and
Oh my
as men are doing to the
God.
women?
I don't like that.
You don't like your toe?
No, I don't like that, and I would never do
You
that.
don't like your toes being
to,
sucked?
I don't expect someone to do to me that I wouldn't do to them.
Yeah.
But what if the
So-
man wants to do it? What if they just want to suck your toes?
I'm gonna feel uncomfortable and be like, get the fuck off my toes.
All right, I'm not gonna lie.
You like that?
You ain't gonna let me finish my sentence.
We both just like,
I knew
I'm not putting nobody's feet in my mouth. Like,
I would never put a man's feet in my mouth. No, never. I don't even want to touch a man's feet. I don't like feet. But I had experience of my toes being in someone's mouth, and it felt good.
Like, feel good. Like, describe
Wow.
the feeling for me.
or was it because you were already in the moment? So he
Right.
kissed your elbow. It's like, oh yes, that felt good. Like,
No, he started at my feet. And
So
like
it was
I'm
the
so like
anticipation.
like my feet. I'm really tall, so like my feet are. I have big feet, so at first I was like, just don't touch my feet. Like I felt really awkward, and I'm really ticklish. So I was just like, no. And they're like, well, you never tried it, so let me. I'm like, I don't know, but it felt.
But you tried it. You experimented.
I did. I experimented. Yeah, and it was good.
Okay.
But I would not suck his toes, and just because he sucked my toes, I'm not going to be like, oh, now I need to suck your toes.
Yeah.
No, I'm
It's not no tit for tat.
I don't. That's one thing I don't get though. I don't get that, the toe sucking.
But you never tried it, so you don't know what you're missing.
Yeah,
you're right.
It's true, but I'm like,
I think I'm gonna be so in my head the whole time while this happening. Like, how long you gonna be doing it? What toe you about to put in there next? I just
This
got my
little
feet
piggy
done.
went to
Is you
market.
gonna suck my nail polish off? No, like you know what I'm saying?
trees. Is he gonna suck the nail polish off?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right, so we had scenario, and I'm gonna read it to you guys. All right, have you ever had an ex come to your job? What did you do?
It's more like, okay, so I'm assuming this person had an ex come to her job, and like, what was her? I guess we can assume.
What would our reaction be if an ex
First of all,
came?
why, my first thing would be thinking like, why does that person feel comfortable to come to your job unless they're still in continuous communication with you? Like, no ex just pop up. That's weird. And then if so, like, what is your purpose? Like, why are you here? I think that would be my initial reaction. I wouldn't feel like, oh my God, my ex is here unless I'm communicating with them still. I would just be more like, what the, what you want?
So in this person instance, like they weren't communicating with the ex at all, and they like cut the ex off, and the ex was married. So they contacted the ex's wife when they came to the job. Like that was what they did. They contacted the ex's wife, but they were asking like.
I feel like they probably came because they felt like work is like a safe ground. Like you're not gonna act crazy at your job,
but
because that's your job.
Yeah, but my question is like, what are you coming for? Like, what do you want?
Right.
You're married. Like, what do you?
You're
want?
married, and then if I'm at work, I'm working. So what do you
Yeah.
want from me at work?
Somebody die.
Right.
And then how long were you my ex? Like we were ex for like 16 years, and your mother passed away, and you came and say, but still no.
No, why you come to me
Why
first?
you come and
got
tell
a whole
me?
wife.
You got a wife. That's the
No.
point. Like, what are you coming to me for? You have a wife.
You have nothing to say.
And I think, like you said, that's their safe ground. So that's probably they probably been trying to reach out to them, calling them, texting them, and they're not answering. So they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna come to your job and pop up on you."
And it's just like,
and that just made
why?
it worse because now you in my personal, like that's my life.
You're
like
invading my
don't,
privacy.
don't come and try to force your way into my life. We exes for a reason.
Especially now that you have a wife, because I mean you got in a whole relationship, but she reached out to his wife and told him.
Yeah, I think that was a good move.
That's the right thing.
That's the right thing to do, to let him know, like, hey, I don't want him, but I want to bring it to your attention that he came to my job.
Right. I don't want no misunderstandings.
I don't know why.
Nobody saying like he was here and like thinking that I received him with open arms. No.
I wish. Well, it's not our business, but I'm wondering what the wife like response was, because every woman is different. You know, some women would be like, "Oh, my man wouldn't do that." You know what I'm saying? Some women would be like, "Oh, you just trying to break us up." I wonder what her response was. One of our people on live said that because he had a flashback. That's why he came to the job. He had a flashback.
So
he was
it
like,
made
I'm
me
thinking about it.
A few podcasts ago, when who was it? Funny Man Mike,
Funny
man.
Mac.
I even know that.
There we go. He was saying how like when you get drunk and you call your ex. It might have been one of those things.
Dang, he popped up to our whole job though. He was like,
he was on
calling.
He
wanted that old
I'm
thing
about to
back.
come and get you.
He wanted that old thing back. That's kind of creepy though, y'all. That's like a Lifetime movie type stuff. My stalker ex-boyfriend
came to my job.
I would probably just be thrown off. Like, what are you doing here?
Security.
Yeah,
immediately. All right, we got some more. Y'all ready for it?
Lay it on us.
All right, so I have an 8-year-old with my best friend of 17 years, and I'm having trouble dating because society says you are either together or specifically co-parenting, discussing child only. So what happens when you two are truly friends but not marriage material to each other?
So just to recap, she has an 8-year-old by her best friend. So her boyfriend, her ex-boyfriend, and her have a 8-year-old together, but she wants to date. But what's the issue?
But that's her best friend. So, like, they still do things together. Mm-hmm. But the thing is that people are saying, like, it's the problem with her dating. Because it's like, if he's here, that's your child's father. Y'all must be together. But no, that's just her friend. So she's trying to say, like, what was the question? Part of it?
Like, just what do we think? I think it's a whole security thing for another man. Cause I'm just trying to put myself in that position.
But at the end of the
I am going out with you, and your baby father tagging along too, I'm just be like, what? Like, what's going on here? That's kind of awkward.
Yeah.
But
if
now
the child is not there.
Yeah. But at this point, if your child is 8, why y'all still doing family stuff?
What?
So is there an age limit of what you can do family stuff with?
Like,
what do you mean?
If I'm dating, let's say I'm dating, I have a boyfriend, but I tell my boyfriend, hey, I'm about to go out with my baby father and my daughter.
Why not, though? You don't think the child should be the center of that? Like,
but if then it would,
and if he wants to come along, he can come along.
That's just weird to me. And I what are you going for as a family? Like, if he want to take his daughter out, he can take his daughter out. Why do you have to be a part of that?
They want to experience it together.
I think we're missing. They've been best friends for 17 years
before
they had the child.
So they're still friends, and
after they had a child. Yeah. So like
that goes back to that whole conversation we had before when we talked about, can you still be friends with your ex? Once, you know what I mean? Like, we talked about this. Like, this is your best friend. Yeah, but once you slept with him and had the baby with him, now he's your ex. As someone that you're dating now, am I comfortable with you hanging out with your ex is what a boy is. So that means,
so what if they had this agreement? They had an agreement like, hey, I can't find a man that I want to have a baby with, so I'm going to have a baby with my best friend. Mm-hmm. And they weren't even dating. They were legit just best friends for these many years.
They just had sex.
They just had sex and had a baby.
Just to have the baby, yeah.
I don't know. I think it just really just depends on the situation and my level of comfort seeing the interaction between the two. Because I think each situation is different. And I'm just thinking about scenarios in my head of, like, this being someone in real life that I know. And it really just depends on the interaction when you see them together. Because even though they're telling you that, you may need to see it for yourself to really see, oh, no, it is a genuine, like, friend and parent type thing versus, like, nah, you still got feelings.
Right. And I think that's a conversation piece, too. It's just big at co-parenting. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have to have a conversation like, okay, this is my child's father. They are in my child's life actively. The child may not be 8. You know what I'm saying? They may be a little younger. So you guys have to communicate.
Right.
But, respect this person as my child's father or mother, whoever it is, and then let them know what's going on.
And then I can also see it going well, too, if the both parties are dealing with someone, then it won't be that, like, at ease, like, well, are you sure you're over him? Then why you not? But if they're both, like, in relationships or doing them and it's, like, an understanding, I think it can work.
Yeah, I feel like if she do date somebody and she finds somebody who she feel like might be worthwhile, maybe she can have a sit down with all of them there. And they could just hash out what their insecurities might be, or, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, sit down and say, right, like, okay, you're just my child's dad. Reaffirm that to him so that everybody can be on the same page. We're doing this for our child. It's nothing else. Like, we're all friends. We could all be friends together. So I think it's just a conversation for everybody to have at one time.
And I think for her, what she's saying with society, it's rare. Like, when have, like, thinking about our age, we've seen that work. Like, I've seen it with older couples, and it's just because both partners were involved. But when it's like that, it's always one that likes the other. So it's always just like, y'all really not over each other. So it's always this uneasy feeling that you get. And it's like, don't use the child
as a person. Yeah. Just so you can be around more than what you usually would be around.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, y'all. We got a question. Is it okay for you to date one of your friend's exes?
Let's just go back to last podcast.
Oh, Marion. Marion, call us.
He's unbothered. Change the narrative.
Hell no.
I personally don't think it's okay, and I would never do that. But it is some people that are okay with that if you talk to me about it first. Yeah. Like, hey, I'm really digging X, Y, and Z. Is it okay? Me, you come to me and you say that to me, I'm going to like, hey, I don't care because I'm in a relationship. But I'm also going to be thinking, so were you checking him out when we were dating and you were my friend? Like, when did this come about that you liked him? So you was checking on my man while I was with my man, and now that we've been away for some time, you want to have the balls to come say, hey, can I talk to him?
Yeah. I actually know somebody who was in this situation. And they actually went, what you said, went to the person, asked, like, are you okay if I do this? And the person was like, yeah, I'm fine. That was years ago. It was okay. But then as soon as he saw them together, it was a different story. It was like, wait, hold up. Y'all for real? Like, y'all real life did this?
You know, you say yeah, but you
then
like, you're my
why would you say yeah?
Because I think you will say yeah because you really don't care. But when you see it, it's like, wait a minute.
What you mean you don't care? That's why I came to you with eggs. So if you didn't care then, why do you care now?
But I think people just say, oh, I don't care. It's fine. I don't care. And then you just assume that that's your friend and they're not going to do it. Me personally, I'm going to say, hell no. Like,
right.
no, I don't
so
want you dating my ex. Like,
this is a real
reason.
legit live question. If I came to you and said, I want to date such and such,
yeah,
you would just say, I don't care?
I would say, I think
if I'm
my
bringing
initial,
it to you,
I would be like, you know, what, like I would in question more like, hey, I don't care if you're dating him. Like I'm happy with where I'm at, and like if that's the case. But my question is like, when did you decide that you liked him?
Like,
I would ask
what
more
led up
like,
to it?
when did it start? Like yesterday, like you know, because it's just like it makes me wonder more things.
I wouldn't say like if I'm in a relationship or if I'm not in a relationship, I'm happy because whoever that person was, the reason why we're not together is the reason why we're not together. But my confusion coming into it is like, my friend is liking this person that I once liked. That's a problem for me. And then I'm like, well, now I can't really trust. I'm looking at this person differently, and I'm looking at this person with everybody that I'm bringing around them.
Feel like the same thing. Like that person had to be looking at the other person while
before
we were
then.
together.
It didn't just come up like this. I'm sure the person is the same person that they were when we were dating.
All right. Someone said that's dead too. Why would you want to date your friend ex? So she's sleeping with the ex and her new friend.
But so especially if you close to that friend and you know basically everything that happened in the relationship.
You like, what the...
What? Yeah. Like, then I would be like, well, why do you want to...
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not a good look.
I have another question.
You got it?
I don't.
All right. So, question. I know that's why I was like, can you see? Question. If you are out and you see one of your female friends, boyfriends, out with another girl, is it your responsibility to tell your friend, or would you approach him in public in front of the girl?
Nope.
She gonna...
I'm a chick.
You're gonna approach him.
Hey,
gonna approach him.
That's not Patrice. Patrice,
exactly.
Girl, Vaughn is right here.
Or she gonna FaceTime you.
See, I probably would do something like that. I may let them know like I'm there and I see you. I probably be like, hey, how you doing? And they gonna know. Oh, when you get
the
home,
whole time, your ass gonna get it.
Your shit gonna be out on the curb or be met with something. I would not. No, I'm not keeping no secrets like that. That's a big
no. And I feel like as my loyalty to you as my friend, it's my duty to like have your back.
Exactly.
Because you would want the same thing.
Yeah. I'm not keeping no secrets like that.
So let me ask y'all a question. Does it matter who it is, if it's a friend or it's associate?
I think it depends on the relationship that I had with you. And it goes back to like, do I trust you as a person? Like if we have a trusting relationship and I know that you have my best interest at heart and you genuinely care about my relationship, I'm not going to question if you say you saw my man somewhere else. But if I don't trust you, I'm like, what's your motive? Like, did you really see him while you just trying to sabotage?
But then too, it's like, if it's an associate, like I don't know the dynamic of y'all relationship because we just cool. Yeah. Like he might be out with his cousin, but I might thinking, you know, that this is another little joint. So if I come to you and say, oh, I seen such and such out, they be like, oh, that's just his, you know, his cousin or something like that. Because I don't know. I probably still would mention it.
Me too. Tell me. I don't
you can tell me that's his cousin. I'm like, oh, okay. I just wanted
to let you know.
So what about a coworker? Would y'all tell a coworker y'all met? You know what I'm saying? Y'all just see each other in passing. Y'all telling them.
How would we know
that you seen your man? Y'all met him. You know, people bring their mans to the job all the time.
I ain't gonna lie, I probably not even gonna remember what your man look like.
Like you're not my friend. I just know what your man look like and your man.
I'm
look
probably
like,
dang, he look familiar. Or she look familiar, and just
keep it moving, right?
Yeah. Right. Because we're not cool enough. I don't know the dynamic of your relationship. Just because you brought him around, don't mean he was your man.
Exactly. He could be
somebody
else.
Y'all could have broke up last week.
You could have been
right.
All right. So one of our followers said, "Mind your business."
We can't do that.
They
Just
said,
mind your business. Let us be. Let me be
Built
great.
that way.
Let me be great. Let me do me, and you just sit over there and mind your business.
they said, when I was younger, I would have spoke and told, but people will question your motive and swear you're jealous now.
And that's
Yeah,
fine.
that is true too. But that goes back to like the trust thing and knowing your friend.
But I don't even care. That's fine. I don't care if you don't believe me, if you don't trust
But
me
it's
after
on my
that.
conscience.
You let
At
it
least
go.
I let it out and I let you know. And if we not friends after that, then okay. You
Y'all
lost the
wasn't
good
friends
one.
in the first place.
Right. And you lost the good one. So.
Okay. One of our followers said they snitching.
Leo the
Silent
snitch.
right away.
Definitely are.
Oh, you snitching?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
I don't care.
All right, so I have a scenario. It's not a personal scenario, okay?
Mhm.
'Cause
What
all
are we
y'all-
going-
both y'all was like this.
What you do now,
Dang.
Michelle?
Y'all all looking. All right. So, what if you had a situation where you're like getting to know someone, you know, you guys are intimate and all that stuff, and then they let you know, like, oh, I don't want to, you know, I don't want this to be anything, but y'all been like doing this for like 3 or 4 months. They let you know, I don't want this to be nothing. I just want, you know, to just continue this situation. But the person is invested into this, you know, like they want to, the other person,
The
like
other person
wants,
who thought it was going somewhere.
yeah, they want to be in
I
it.
would go
like, what do
off.
you guys suggest?
So it goes.
tell
I,
the
would
person.
go I guess it also like at what point do you have to decide that we need to make this a committed thing?
In the
Like
beginning.
So you think like as soon as you meet somebody,
I feel
but you
like,
know what? I think that's true because when you
Yeah.
meet somebody, you ask them like, "What are you looking
Right.
for?" Like immediately when you meet them, what are you looking for?
if I wanted just a friend to do that with, then that's fine. But if we're both adults
Okay,
and
but
we're
I
looking
think-
for somebody,
But I think also it takes time for you to know, and you can't put a duration on everybody. Everybody is different. So if I come into it and say, yeah, I'm in a relationship, I'm looking for it to go somewhere and to really settle down, but we 2 months in and I'm still not quite yet sure.
but you want to continue everything else we were doing during that first 2 months. So what's stopping us from being in a relationship? Nothing. Exactly.
I don't know what
You
you-
don't have nothing
Yeah, I
to
think
say.
that's where the difficulty come in at. Like if you
Yeah.
still want to have sex, you still want to go out, you still want to date, but you don't want to be in a relationship.
That's-
Like
But we're doing
Yeah.
relationship things.
doing relationship
Exactly.
things, but everything is only
So
thing that's not
what's
there is the title.
stopping you from making that step?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a commitment thing. I don't
Then
wanna
why do we
put
start
the
this?
title on it.
I would go off because I'm like, I'm not a big fan
I
of
wasted
wasting
my
time.
time.
Do not waste my time. Especially if you went into this knowing that I wanted a relationship.
And if you
even
didn't at
even-
that
right.
point, you should have said, well, right now I'm not quite sure
and I
what
would
I
have
want,
dealt with you
but I
differently.
want to explore it and see
Mhm.
what happens
We still
next.
might could have still did some things, but I would have dealt with that situation differently.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. All right, y'all ready?
Yep.
mhm.
So, say you're out at a club. It's a night full of drinks and shots. One of your friend's boyfriends approaches and asks to buy you a drink. You accept, thinking it was just a friendly gesture. Then, while leaving the club, he attempts to push up on you. What do you do?
Oh, hell no.
No. First of all, no.
Right. What do you think this is? Are you drunk?
I
I
don't
would
care
like-
how drunk you are.
No,
That's not
sometimes
okay.
you can get drunk and you don't know what's happening. You might
Oh,
just
you
look
know-
like the girl
we-
that was standing
No,
over there.
we all been drunk, and we know what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You knew what you was doing?
Oh hell yeah, that's not. We all been there. I still knew that my shoes were at stadium, but so you're not about to tell me you don't know the difference between your woman and somebody
somebody else.
else.
But I know I'm not saying like, but I mean, either way, he would have been cheating. But I'm
Yeah.
like, maybe he didn't recognize you as the
Oh,
friend.
he didn't know I was the friend, so he
Yes.
was trying to cheat, but not cheat with the friend.
Yeah. But I would have accepted a drink because that's like, you know, usually my husband friends are like my brothers or like something like
So-
that. Like I would have accepted a drink. But the last part,
I think
I would have been in shock too.
I don't know if I would. It depends on the friend. Like you said, your husband's friends are your brothers, so those are his friends, like his bros. But if it's just like a friend, it's an associate. Why you buy me a drink? Like, where my man at?
She's so like, she's
Like, what's your
everything is so
motive?
So
thirsty.
thinking your man is at home and you out, and then your dude's friends buy you a drink.
If it's not one of his brothers, no.
If it's just like a random.
If his random friend came up and was like, "Hey, Kiviana, I want to buy you a drink," bae.
Yeah, first of all, I'm already going to
such
text
and
you
such
and
inside the
say,
club,
such and
off
such
on
at the
date, you
club.
gonna let him know.
Yeah.
So-
I would do that. Like,
Yeah.
oh, guess who
Right.
I saw? Me, I'm just gonna have a casual conversation. Like, guess who at the club with me?
He just offered to buy me a drink, and then
Yeah.
like go from there. And my man like, nah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some friends is
Yeah.
like, But
See,
if it's just like best friend or good friend, it's like, oh, what's up, my
See, me,
that's
I
different.
look at everybody, and everybody has an equal chance when I first meet you. So I wouldn't be like suspicious of him because he wants to buy me a drink. Because I don't look at you like, oh, what you trying to do?
But no, also,
You
I
know
guess
what I
my
mean?
thing is, if my man was here, would you still try to buy me a drink? That's what I'm saying. It goes back to an associate and a friend. Because I know if his brothers were still there, whether my husband was there or not, they would buy me a drink if my husband was there and if my husband wasn't.
Yeah.
But if my husband wasn't around,
Okay.
you're going to buy me a drink. But if he was standing next to me, you act like you wouldn't even act like you knew me.
Nah, but
You know?
after the club thing.
No, right there, that'd got your elbow in the throat. Slam back up.
And a phone call quick.
And a call.
I would have
Another
like,
call.
guess what?
I'm snitching. But then it's like, you got to be careful because he may try to flip it. Yeah.
Nah.
She was pushing up on me.
I don't even care if you try to flip it because guess what?
But that goes back to communication and trust, right? You gotta.
He would have already said, "Oh, she already told me you was at the
exactly.
club."
She already knew. She already told me she was doing.
Yeah.
That is messy.
Yeah, that's too
And
messy.
my friend better cut that dude off. If he pushing up on me, imagine who else he pushing up on. Good thing it was me, so I was able to tell you, but let it been a stranger.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know.
I wouldn't accept the drink. I don't know. I'm cautious when I go to the club. I don't want nothing from nobody.
I can see Michelle.
I'd be
Oh,
like,
no, thank you.
Exactly.
I'll buy my own drink.
No, thank you. She wouldn't say that. She would be very
I
polite
just like, no,
and
thank
say,
you.
no, thank you.
No,
it's
I'm
okay. I have
thanks.
one. And it's just a
Alright,
cup
I'm
of
good.
ice, but she would say, I
And
have
I'll keep
one.
that shit with me the whole time, sipping on it. I don't want it. No, thank you. No, I'm okay.
So, watchers, what do you guys think? We know what to call them. Loves and lovettes.
What
do
y'all
you
want to
guys
be called?
think?
Y'all can say that too. What
Yes.
y'all want to be called?
Leave us in the comments.
Lovers.
So, what do you think? Like, do you think that it's okay to accept a drink from your man's friend? Or does it depend on the longevity of the friendship and who the friend is? And what other scenarios do you have? Like, what else do you want us to talk about? Today was like our scenario spotlight, and we was just answering.
answering. Answering. I was like,
questions that you all had and brought to your attention. Thank you guys for engaging with us in our live and sending us your comments. Please keep it coming. And if you have not done so already, subscribe to our YouTube, L.O.V.Empowerment. Follow us on Instagram, L.O.V.Empowerment. Facebook, L.O.V.Empowerment.
Subscribe.
To
YouTube.
I said YouTube, right?
she did.
But also, we are on Apple Podcasts. So
And
look for us this.
And Google.
Google. And we're going to see about Spotify because I got a few requests about that. But all in all, follow us. Thank you. Stay tuned.
This was fun.
And
Don't forget about the Love Toy Drive.
please, thank you.